Well, anytime you have a new vaccine, this is the first cancer prevention vaccine, and it happens to be a vaccine that prevents a sexually transmitted infection, human papillomavirus, that's given to young girls. So anytime you have girls, sexually transmitted disease, new vaccines, it kind of has a little bit of politics involved in that, and that has been a problem with the uptake. When it comes to the recommendations are just as routine for 11 and 12-year-olds as any other routinely recommended vaccines. That being said, there are about, right now, as of 2011, there are 41 states that have something on the books with regards to mandating these vaccines. But some places, like where it's currently mandated in DC and Virginia, they also have wide opt-out clauses. In a state where I practice, in New York State, for instance, they would never do something with a wide opt-out clause because that's the equivalent of it goes against why we have these mandates. So as of about 6 months ago, the latest numbers show that only about 44% of vaccine-eligible girls have gotten at least one dose of vaccine. The completion of this is a dose series of 3 doses. Let's say I got my first dose today, the next dose would be about 1 to 2 months later, then the dose after that would be 4 months later. Okay, so 6 months after the first dose. So less than, really, about 10% of girls have gotten all 3 doses. So yes, the uptake has been low. This differs than what's happening in a lot of single-payer systems, like in the UK or in Australia, or even in certain provinces in Canada, where there are mandates, where it's school-based vaccinations, where parental consent is not involved, and vaccine uptake rates have been over 80% in most of these places, and other areas in Western Europe, such as Scandinavia and areas like that. That being said, they're closely tracking things with regards to disease in some of these other areas and some of these other regions in the world where there's good uptake, and we're already starting to see some trends in limitations of disease. I think we're a little far behind the United States, and I think with time, and with an expanded safety regimen showing how safe these vaccines really are, I think that this will, that eventually it'll be taken up with more interest.